Starting us off, we've got ourselves. We're just starting off pretty basic here with a headliner's Acuna.
I don't know if you remember. Do you remember the card from last year? Where he had like a 96 rating.
Unbelievable.
Insane card. He's a good card. I think still get upgrades, and I reckon you could slot him in at left back, and he'd be pretty good in any team.
The fact we've got a chance of upgrades is obviously something that could add to the value of it. Do you know what I mean? That is decent. What are you thinking?
I'm not sure. Maybe between usable and very decent, but I don't know whereabouts.
He is usable, very decent. Compared to the players in this video, I'd go usable.
That's true.
But
that's true.
He probably is very decent.
Yeah. So you've got to remember that some of these might be questionable, but you've got to compare to the cards that we're comparing.
Now that we've got Team of the Year cards as well. So I think usable for Acuna. I might be a bit harsh. Right, next up we've got Collins. I think straight away this is pro meta.
Pro meta,
Just 89 pace on a centre back, boys, and he's not even expensive, is he?
No, he's like 80k, so unbelievable value. I think he's one of the most slept on cards. I think if you've got a Bundesliga team, try him out. He's really nice. Good links with a few to the German cards. So yeah, I'd say pro meta for sure.
Pro meta, straight in there with Collins. Next up, we got that Alaba, the Team of the Year nominee one.
Yeah.
Alaba's cards, I don't know if you feel the same with this, but like they're always just like so underwhelming. Like I don't know, like big upgrade, and it's just 82 pace still.
Yeah, I'd have loved to have seen.
I feel like he never has like that 87, 88 pace anymore for some reason.
I'd have loved to have seen a really fast Alaba because he's a nice card to use.
No, he's good in game,
agile and everything.
And this is, don't get me wrong, this is definitely a good card. I think it's better than usable. I'd say it's very decent, but I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, but this is the one where
we're comparing.
In comparison,
it's
probably
maybe it is. Maybe
it's just usable.
Just usable.
Yeah.
We don't need to spend much time on this next one, fellas. Team of the Year, Marquinhos.
Got to be
best centre back in the game.
The best centre back in the game. Yeah. All of his other cards are great, and obviously Team of the Year.
I've not used the Team of the Year one, obviously because of our squad building requirements, boys. We're only allowed like one Team of the Year or icon. In our pro tournaments, so we don't tend to use the Team of the Year like defenders or midfielders as much. But I know from reviews and etc. best centre back.
Yeah, for sure. Undisputed, the guy.
Klaus. Now this is interesting. This one, I've not used him myself, but he is in a lot of pro teams.
Yeah, he is really good, and I think the only reason he's not used a lot more is because there's a lot of competition. Yeah, there's a lot of competition.
Right backs are very competitive spot.
Shawrey, Atal, like they're all
Darmian even.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He's either at the top of very decent or pro meta. Probably pro meta.
Yeah, I'd say pro meta. I do see him in a lot of teams.
He's nice card.
Right, next up, Kozan. Boys, I hate playing against this guy. I absolutely despise him. He's not even got the craziest card, but in game he seems really good. I don't know if I'm going to go pro meta, but I'm going to go very decent.
Yeah, very decent. I think you see him in a lot of weekend league teams. He's a good card.
Boys, it's time.
Oh, I just see him.
Bonucci.
Yeah, this is where the Italians are not going to be happy again.
I can't even go meta. I'm just going to have to go useless, honestly. This is literally fodder.
Yeah, listen, if
fodder
he does literally go for the minimum amount of money, and it's for a reason. Like if you like Bonucci, if you like Juve, go ahead, sure, have a great time. But
other than that, stay away.
He's just too slow, guys. He's too slow, and he's useless.
Absolutely awful. But moving on, we've got the Showdown Darmian.
Some redemption, great card.
And I think this has got to be pro meta now.
Yeah.
We see him in a lot. I've seen him in a few pro teams. It's just whether anyone took the plunge of actually doing him.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean?
I didn't do it. I don't massively regret it.
No, because like we spoke about with Claws, like there's just so many options of right back. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Right. Team of the Year Cancelo, 5-star weak foot upgrade, boys. By the way, which is just so like invaluable.
If you look at his base card, look at all his stats, he looks like the most well-rounded card you can probably get, and I think.
You can play him at CM.
People are playing him striker, cam, DM, anywhere. Like,
I said right back as well. This is literally a left back, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's got to be Cancelo, straight into pro meta. Right, the lane boys, next up, the winter wild card. Stokes, talk to me about this one. Interesting card.
Yeah, you got Marvi, but I think he's the only really good left back in the French league, and obviously you have a lot of players from the French league. So I think you go straight into pro meta. I think you'll have a lot of people picking him as their card.
Absolutely.
He's got 5-star weak foot as well, which is nice.
Very nice. That's next up, boys. Brand new SBC that came out a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Straight away, it's between very decent and pro meta for him because he's in a decent league. He's got a very good card. He's 4-star on a right back. There's a lot of like good signs there. I think like very decent.
Yeah, very decent is fair. Dirt cheap as well in terms of what you get. So solid card
for sure. Right, Florenzi, winter wild card. Are we thinking decent little card here? I don't know.
Usable. I think usable.
I think usable is fair for him.
But at the same time, wouldn't go crazy. I think there's loads of better ones.
There's so many better ones. That's just it. Not much to say about Florenzi, boys. Really isn't much. Hakimi, I mean, Team of the Year, boys.
Straight in.
What a card. Straight in pro meta. I mean, I still use his one to watch card now. If you guys haven't tried Hakimi,
great.
I feel like he's the best right back in the league. Like he's just so powerful. Like his
Unreal.
tackling's great. Like his pace, like he's like the fastest player in the game. He feels like one of the fastest players.
And he's agile, and you can play DM if you wanted to.
Yeah.
He
only lacks a bit of like if he had like some skills or something.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's not. You don't need it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's straight into pro meta.
We've got a nice few amount of cards in pro meta. I mean, we were always going to, boys, considering this has obviously got all the Team of the Year nominees / Team of the Year cards in it. Right, next up, brand new SBC Kajaya. I thought it's probably not.
Yeah,
it's
something like
Stokes, I trust you more than
it. Might be alright. Yeah, but obviously he got it for the helping Ericsson in the Euros. But I think they done him a little bit dirty. I think 90 rating. You're expecting a really nice card. I think pace.
It could have been more like 84, 85.
It could have been better. I think very, very decent card, but
just usable.
Well, yeah.
What are we thinking?
No.
Not Meh.
Nah, Meh would be disrespectful.
That'd be harsh.
Yeah, I think usable card. I think you can put him in a Serie A defense, no problem.
Yeah. Right, Koulibaly headliners next up. I feel like you've used him a bit.
Yeah, I did. I had him next to Cordoba for a while. He's I don't know though. I don't think we'll see that many people with him. So I think very decent.
Very decent.
But
it's fair. Yeah.
You can get him in your team and he'll be great. I think.
Yeah. He's definitely a good centre back. Next up, boys, Varane, the million coin SBC, who's still out, by the way. If you guys can like work your coins towards crafting him, gone straight into both mine and Stokes' pro teams, and I'll be honest, best centre back in the game, along with Marquinhos. Will say, but the one that we can use, he's the best centre back in the game.
End game card. I think if you can, like Shawrey said, get involved. I think great links, and you probably have him till the end of FIFA, so probably worth it if you.
It's like worth the investment. I would say. Yeah. Straight into pro meta for us, 100%. You can pronounce this better than I can.
Well, couldn't they? I mean, I don't know. I think great card, by the way. I think you don't really see people talking about it that much because obviously there was Rudiger, there was Varane, there was a few other releases, but top tier centre back. I think you might not see him in pro teams. I'm not sure. It's a tough one because it's a weird league. Like you wouldn't really go with La Liga players, but having said that, he's got French link. It's a very nice card.
Yeah, it's French link. Yeah, but the like La Liga is just not as popular as it was it?
No, it's true.
I mean, really, ever since Varane's come to the Prem, like. You know, when Varane was back in La Liga, like obviously that was where you saw like the more like Mendy, Varanes and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. I think if we get a good Mendy, he'll be like the guy. But I think very decent. Got a nice pace. He's a nice centre back. Yeah.
This guy is just weird. Winter wildcard, Magloire.
Blackburn player.
The pace is obviously blistering. Absolutely blistering. I definitely am not going to say pro meta, but I think very decent.
You think very decent? I don't know. I think the links let him down heavily. Of course, you have to.
I suppose, yeah.
If you're English,
Off just the card, I'm going very decent. But yeah, I think usable's right actually considering the links. I mean, yeah, even English as well is not great,
tough,
is
it?
Like Carl Walker's nominee card is.
It's just
one of the best
you'd always have him off chem because there's no strong ones, you know.
Yeah.
So, I think they're usable.
Right, Ruben Diaz, Team of the Year, boys. I mean, you've used him, you've tried it.
Yeah, very, very, very strong centre back. I think he's up there with the best. You know, I think it's a hard card. It's a hard thing to do because when someone's base card isn't the fastest, when they get pumped up with Team of the Year or Team of the Season, it's not always a success. But this card is actually very, very impressive. I recommend. And I think he's a reasonable price. I think you can get him cheaper than what Varane would cost. So I definitely recommend as a card. He's outstanding. Yeah, and especially like when he's cheaper than Varane and he's like tradable, so you can change your mind at any point if you want to sell him. Yeah, it's very good value for a card. Right, Niakite? No, that is just so wrong. We'll go with that. We'll go with it. Winter wildcard, boys. Well, he's my Road to Glory centre back. RTG centre back. He is indeed. Yeah, very, very solid card, I'd say. I'd have him very decent, but he can definitely be usable as well. I use him because he's untradeable, but he's good. Usable. I'd say usable. Yeah, but he's a good card. Yeah, he is definitely a good card. James Headliner's card. I've not seen much of him. Some people might opt the route of centre back, which is interesting. True. If you played him at centre back, wouldn't be the worst. You are a rat though. Yeah. Well, as a right back, I'm not convinced. Not sold. Nah, I think it's got to be usable. Usable's fair. Yeah, he's very usable. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Right, Semedo next up. It's a good card. This video is tough because we've got so many top cards now that comparing him is tough. He did feel decent. I would say usable's fair. Yeah, he's a good card. Yeah, it's definitely a good card. Maybe we're being a bit harsh in this video, boys, but it's just because obviously there's so many good cards to compare to. Right, but this man is flying straight into pro meta, and it is the Team of the Year nominee Rudiger, who actually managed to pack as well. Packed him tradable, which was decent. It's like I've packed him untradable because he's just gone straight into my team, so that's actually so sick. I mean, he literally feels like top 3 centre backs. I'm going Marquinhos, Varane, Rudiger. He's just as good as Varane, maybe even better. He's just that good. So yeah, definitely straight into the Pro now. Sir, right, Soyuncu. What are we thinking? You know, he's not terrible.
He's not terrible. His club and his nation makes me think meh.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he's not useless. Like, because he
fair.
has got 82 pace on the centre back and actually pretty high defending. It's like the Blackburn centre back.
Yeah.
I would have put him in very decent, but we put him in usable. And I would have put him in usable, and now I'm going in.
That's right. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Might be a bit harsh, but I feel like the reason's justified. But if he had a better nation, he'd be usable. 100%.
Yeah. There's literally
There's
zero
no
links.
one to link
But
with.
he's similar to Kjaer, but he just doesn't have them high defending stats. So I think we'll put him in meh. But again, not an awful card. You know?
Not awful.
There's only one awful card, and it's Bonucci. The rest aren't that bad.
Right, we've got the Luke Shaw objective card here. Now, we will take into mind that this is an objective card, boys. You actually just play for this card.
Yeah.
It is a free card.
He's literally Reece James on the other side, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely.
Just a solid all-round card.
Solid all-round card. It's a free card. Good for fodder if you boys wanted to use it, but get it for fodder. But I wouldn't say as soon as you start taking this card into champs, like, that's the whole point of the section usable. It's usable, but I don't think you're going to have, like, crazy success with him. He might just be solid for you.
No. Good links for around as well, if you need it.
Yeah, that is something that's very good about him. Binazola.
I used this card for a while, actually. 5-star skills, which is rare as hell for a left back, right back.
Really decent upgrade.
Unbelievable card. I would say is either pro meta or very decent, but
the links again would make it go very decent.
You'd say just Cordova, but at the same time, I think he's similar to like Dest, I'd say. So I think very decent is fair.
Very decent is fair for him. Twanzebe, yes.
Now, this is a very nice card, but obviously he's been overshadowed recently with the new Prem boys. I think before these guys were released, he might have been the number one. But
I'd have said pro meta, yeah. And I still think he's there.
You could get away with it.
Very decent probably works for him. But you know, you can use this guy, and I think you will have a lot of success with him.
Yeah, this card's fast, agile. He's great. He's a great card.
Yeah, no, I've used him too. And then finally, to finish off the video, boys, we've got the Team of the Year nominee Walker, who last year, by the way, obviously he had like a couple centre-back cards and stuff.
Yeah, 86.
Wow, Kyle Walker at centre-back, that was like actual nightmares. I wouldn't be surprised if people still actually put him at centre-back on like 7 chemistry.
He's just
that kind of thing.
I think if you want to be a guy who has more defensive right back, left back, he'd probably be the best possible option on the game. But going forward, he might lack a little bit. He's got not the best weak foot / skill moves, but I think he is very much pro meta. I think you can see him in a lot of Prem teams.
Yeah, his agility's not the greatest and stuff getting forward, like with a bit of dribbling with a right back or whatever, but still he's a pro meta card, I would say. Yeah. Right, boys. Well, I mean, another successful tier list video finished off. I mean, we've got one player in Met and one player in useless. The rest we've given a fair assumption. Looking at overall, I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, happy with the top two categories for sure.
Yeah.
There's a few interesting ones below. Yeah. But mainly right, I think.
You know what? There's a lot of arguments to be made about a lot of players, and do you know what? Sometimes when you do. Like when we do a Kuna at the start, for example, or when you do a player at the start and then you compare it at the end, sometimes you get a bit of hindsight. But yeah, boys, that's the tier list completed there. Let us know in the comments down below what you think, what kind of changes you would make, etc.
Yes.
Also, as well, we will be doing another like rating your guys' subscribers team, so make sure to follow the hashtag United Esports Twitter as well, because we'll be putting a tweet out on there so you guys can reply.
Send in your squads.
Send in your teams. We just don't want to see. I mean, what kind of players don't we want to see? Just
some creativity, you know.
Just a bit of creativity, boys, and that's absolutely fantastic. If you guys did enjoy the video, drop a like and also subscribe to the channel. So until the next one, don't forget to hashtag it.